Welcome back to the NightChild Reviews Prince. We're looking at Prince's 1990 Graffiti Bridge album, and today the track is Joy in Repetition. This song is considered a classic. It is so well loved, it garners so much respect and admiration in the Prince community. This is a song that Prince has performed many times live, he performed it very regularly, and he even put it on the One Night Alone group of discs, particularly on a disc called Ed and Over, which is like the after show disc, and that is a blistering, soaring version, a phenomenal version. If you get a chance to hear that from the Ed and Over disc, awesome, just phenomenal. This song starts with these background noises and kind of background conversations and discussions, and Prince is sort of saying the name's Andre Crabtree. It's actually the same background vocals that are taken and conversations that are taken from the very beginning of the Alphabet Street song from the Lovesexy album. It also is kind of, he comes in with this voice, this kind of very intimate, very baritone, deep voice. And it's a very descriptive song. It's a story song. I think some of Prince's best songs are story songs. And Prince starts the vocals with, he liked to frequent this club, up and on 36th. Pimps and things like to hang outside and cuss for kicks. Talking to no one in particular, they say the baddest I am tonight. Four-letter words were seldom heard with such dignity and bite. And it's kind of the idea that four-letter words is just seldom heard with such dignity, such bite. It's quite interesting recently because of Prince's religious beliefs. He's changed that line to four-letter words will not be heard, not upon this stage tonight. So he's kind of adapted that so he can still perform this song. But if he gets to perform the song, that's cool. He talks about all the poets and the part-time singers, always hang inside. Live music from a band plays a song called Soul Secadella Side, which is another Prince song that we recorded around the time in '86. Musically, you've got these kind of minor chords, you've got this beautiful background guitar kind of noodles, which really set into this fantastic kind of beat. It's the drum is very much like a kind of bongo drum, a soft bongo drum. It's very kind of atmospheric, very percussive. It really is. It's the little guitar touches that just kind of flex and spin, little flourishes and nods that really make this work so well. But also the lyrics are again, phenomenal. He notices this woman in a club he goes into, and he said that everybody else in the club was kind of looking introverted and had this kind of introverted, this is it look on most of their faces. And then up on the mic, repeating two words over and over again, was this woman he had never noticed before. He lost himself in the articulated manner in which she said these two words, a little bit behind the beat. And he sings a little bit behind the beat, and the next line is just enough to turn you on, which he sings deliberately just a little bit behind the beat. And this woman is singing love me, over and over again, and Prince is drawn to this woman. He then grabs this woman from the stage and takes her out to the alley and says, what's your name? And she just says, love me. And there's a great bit, I think, towards the middle of this song, where he talks about she only said the words again and again, and it started to rain, and in the background you just hear Prince going rain, rain, rain in the backing vocals. And Prince talks about two words falling between the drops and the moans of his condition, as holding someone who's truly believing that there's joy in repetition. And I think that's so true that this song is about loving someone, holding on to someone over and over again. Being with someone. Love is very much about the joy of repetition, of seeing that person, of holding that person, of being with that person, of doing things you've done many times before, but that love, that kind of intimacy that you get from repeatedly being around each other and doing the same things. And this song, like so many other great Prince songs, just builds and builds and builds, and it gets into this part where he's repeating, joy in repetition, there's joy in repetition, and the female vocalist is saying, love me, love me, love me, and it just builds and builds. Then at 3:01, you've got this kind of guitar that comes in, and this guitar is a part of what makes this song phenomenal. The guitar solo goes on for about a minute, but it is soaring, it is kind of, it just veers into the stratosphere. It really does. It just is on fire. It's flowing, it's growling, it's feisty. There's sort of like screaming. It's just a phenomenal guitar solo. It really is. And then you've got this in one ear, and then the other ear you've got Prince kind of pleading like, "Why can't you love me, baby? Why can't you love me?" And you've got these two things coming at you, and kind of the beat in the middle almost, and you just hear these things whirling around in your head, and it is phenomenal. 4:27. There's some phenomenal musical work. If you get a chance to hear it, 4:27, there's some really interesting guitar noodles and touches. Then at 4:48, there's this just soaringly high falsetto burst for Prince that finishes the song where he talks about there's joy in repetition, and it just sort of fades out. I mean, this is just, you know, a classic Prince song. It's one of those things that it's so hard to define how it is a classic. It sounds very unlike, I think, anything Prince has done, really. It sounds very unlike most other artists, and it really defines, you know, love, and love being about repetition, about wanting to love someone and continue to be with someone. And I think there's a reason, you know, that this is a Prince favourite. This is all those things. It has a phenomenal guitar solo. It has great lyrics. It is a story. It's a song that builds and builds. It's very atmospheric, very moody. And I think even in Graffiti Bridge, the film, it kind of really works on that level. It's very, you know, very encompassing, very almost suffocatingly atmospheric, and it's just, you know, phenomenal. You have all those things together, and this is a song that waited about 4 years, like I said, just to come out and to really take its opportunity. But this song is a classic, and there's a reason it is a classic. This is one of those songs you tend to use that if you've got a friend who perhaps isn't into Prince, and you say, right, I'm gonna, you know, make him up a CD or whatever, a few songs to kind of try and convert him to the Prince ways. This is one of those songs I think that you put, you know, on the album just to show Prince's genius, his originality, and his talent for songwriting. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow.